What's up, guys? We're going to talk about using the Voodoo band today, how to use the Voodoo band, and the mechanics of how much pressure we want to put on it, how we want to wrap it up. And this will apply to any time that we talk about a Voodoo band technique. Okay, so when we use a Voodoo band, we want to try to cultivate pressure around a joint or soft tissue or whatever we're trying to affect, and essentially we're trying to get a lot of compression, trying to get some blood kind of restriction, I guess is the best way to put it, in that area, and then when we take it off, get a lot of blood flow back into the area. So think of it like out with the old, in with the new. So get some of the old kind of stagnant fluid that tends to hang out when we have chronic issues or a lot of training. Maybe we get a little bit of swelling in a joint or in some soft tissue, and let's get some good oxygenated reperfusion of good blood back in there. So when we use the Voodoo band is something that we want to think of trying to get about between 50 and 100% band tension on whenever we wrap it up. And this is what I mean by that. So let's say this is a 3-inch section of the band. Well, if I increase that to 4.5 inches, that's a 50% band tension. If I double it and I make it 6 inches, that's going to be 100% band tension. Okay, so we want somewhere between 50 and 100%. In the arm, let's say the elbow, a smaller structure, we're going to want probably 50%. In the leg, when I put it around my knee, we're going to want about 100%. So if we were to wrap up the thigh, we want to, number one, start by getting a good purchase point. Once we do that, we can now start to get some good tension on there. Here's the other thing, leave it wrapped up. Okay, it's kind of like using tape. If you take tape off a roll and you try to use it, it's going to be very hard to manage. We don't want to do that. So try to keep it rolled up. So the last kind of key as we do this is we want to try to overlap by about 50%. So if we overlap by about 50%, we know that we're getting kind of consistent coverage of that area. Okay? So as we wrap this area up, we're going to kind of work our way back up after we wrap wherever we're trying to cover, and then we're going to loop it back through the last area that we loop the band over. So that way it'll stay. It's kind of like a tourniquet. Kind of put it through there, leave it there. All right, we're going to do whatever activity that we're trying to do to warm up or create a movement change with the Voodoo band on. Then we'll take it off, and we try to leave it on for somewhere between 1 and 3 minutes, somewhere there, depending on whether it's upper body or lower body. If you start to get tingly, if you feel like you're losing a ton of blood, it looks like your hand's turning white or your legs turning white, take it off. No big deal. You're not going to cause any long-term damage with that, and then it'll reperfuse as soon as you take the band off. Okay? So that's how we use the Voodoo band.